Leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circled the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives.
Live!
Here at Strong Island TV and Paradise Studios in beautiful
Downtown.
downtown Massapequa, New York, across from the train station. We are here, and we have a guest host tonight, Darren Dillon.
Right here. How we doing?
Can we call you like a bad boy of comedy? Would you be? You like to be called that?
No.
I mean, you're working with Gallo a little bit, right? He's a little bit of a
I'm a douche. I'm not a bad
douche.
boy.
Well,
Well, then you fit right in.
I'm not. How bad can I be?
well,
That's why you're on the show with us.
we used to say we have all chooches, but tonight it'll be three chooches with a douche.
What a douche.
What a
There you
douche.
go.
Well, it's a pleasure having you, man. I know Darren for years and years and years. Very funny guy. Was out of comedy for a little while.
Yeah, I was in prison for about 6 to 8 years.
6 to 8 years. I don't know if he's serious or not, so
I
I was
wasn't
going
in
with
prison.
it.
He's probably on the lam hiding from John.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop hiding the police car. John is jealous because mine's bigger than his.
I don't know why.
Can you let our guest talk? He was trying to
No,
say
that's
something.
fine.
Good.
That's fine. That's
Good.
fine. That's fine. You guys were all firemen, right?
I was
No.
a cop.
No,
Oh, you a cop?
Yes.
My dad was a cop. Port Authority.
And
Nice.
Frank is
Where
a
were you?
chef.
I'm a chef.
Pat?
I'm a
city
chef.
cop,
I'm
yeah.
not even a
Pat
fireman.
is a chef.
Sheriff?
Chef.
Oh, a chef.
More important than a fireman and a cop.
That's right.
I
He's
have
a
to
chef.
agree. I have to
Right.
agree.
Keeps us fed.
So we're here tonight. We have a range of topics to talk about. But I first wanted to focus on a guest because I'm always told that I ignore our co-host or guest for too
We do.
long.
I think you
And
do.
you
I
do,
think you
not
do.
we, you do.
Last week, Patty G didn't say a word the whole show.
Well, he never has really anything to
I
add
know,
to
but
it.
I mean, that was my fault. I should have went to him a few times because he wasn't.
He's boring, though.
So we try not to step
wait
on
till you
each
see
other
this
around here, but
segment
we do. So, you were doing comedy. What made you stop? Can I ask? Is it too
Yeah,
personal?
absolutely. No,
Too
it's not
personal?
personal at all.
Because we're very personal on the
Get
show.
caught up with life and then struggling with a little bit of mental illness and depression.
All right.
You know? It can
right.
be very funny when you're, out on a ledge, deciding which foot you're going to put off next.
Well, we did a show on mental illness with my daughter and Angela Cobb,
Yes.
which was an excellent show, because they were open and honest. And I'm not going to ask you to speak about, excuse me, what you went through, but that's life.
It is.
You know,
you have
and-
to deal with it. And if you don't, you can't move forward.
Now,
It's nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone,
No,
like
there's
if you have
nothing to be-
cancer or a broken leg.
now,
so-
now, do you find do you find comedy kind of therapeutic for you, or
Not only therapeutic, but since coming back, it's that rat race isn't there anymore, and it's so much more enjoyable. And
That's
I
what I'm finding.
appreciate it,
Yeah.
and I really cherish it more than anything. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Oh, I gotta get this gig. I gotta get that. Get that. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I just want to go up, have fun,
Have fun.
see my friends.
Yep.
Just have a good time. It's
therapeutic.
And I've enjoyed it.
so you're in the
I love it
moment?
so much
You're in the
more.
moment.
Yeah.
Whatever gig you,
You know,
have is the only
I
one you
don't
care about.
editorialize anymore. Don't worry about, I can't say this. Yeah, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
I don't have to worry about you can't say that's not
We
TV
just
ready.
went to
I
an
don't
R rating.
care.
We just went to an R rating
That's
again.
right.
He said the F word. Hold on one second.
Yes,
Okay,
sorry.
good.
Hope my
Continue.
kids aren't watching.
That's all right. That's all
You
right.
are. Fucking go to bed.
Anyway. You're not supposed to be watching. I went through depression years ago. I remember going to Governor's.
A lot of people go through depressions after you set, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember laying on the couch and trying to figure out a way that I was going to get off that couch to drag myself to Governor's after eating 2 boxes of raviolis every night. Every night.
And not
I
even
would
getting an
drag
erection.
Right, I
myself
was
to
just
Governor's. Can I finish? I would drag myself to Governor's, get up on that stage, turn it on, right?
Yep.
Have a ball, be very funny, shut up, get off the stage.
I'm listening.
And go home and lay back on the couch.
And that feeling lasts for about 16 seconds when
Yeah.
you step off stage.
Yeah.
Right? It's unlike it's so euphoric. You guys know it's
Yes.
like
No,
just popping
Frank
that
doesn't know.
vein.
Frank doesn't know.
No, I
There it
don't.
goes.
He'll get there. He'll get
Yeah.
there.
And you're right back where you were.
Just say
But
break the leg.
You're thinking about, like, all right, it's over now. Now you got to
Yeah.
go back to life again.
when it lasts, that's
Yeah,
16,
yeah.
17, 18 seconds.
it's
there's
fun.
There's
It's
Yeah.
nothing like
But
it.
you see, your honesty is important for people to hear that because there's a lot of comics out there that are a mess behind the scenes, and they don't want to share it.
Yeah, I'm a fucking
Hey,
mess.
except for me, you guys are all a mess.
Well, you don't look like you two rap straight, so.
Never
No,
claimed
he's
to
not.
be.
Anyway, PD Cop, I'm sure you dealt with some stuff.
But
I just-
no, it seems a lot of comedians deal with depression.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
You know,
It's not easy. And
No.
unfortunately, the greatest comics are the biggest messes. I mean, you look at Robin
Williams,
I'm
just
a
gonna
big
say
fan
that.
of him.
I don't know.
Of his work, but I was a fan
Yes.
of him.
Right,
And
yes.
unfortunately, look where it drove him. You know. There's
But I
so
don't want.
many.
I don't want to go there with saying the biggest comics are the biggest messes. Like, oh, you got to be a mess to do comedy.
No, you
or
don't
whatever.
have to be a mess.
But some of the biggest acts, you are correct.
but that was probably why Robin Williams was always on.
manic.
It was also his.
But he wasn't on off the stage.
No,
If you
he
watch
was
the
always-
special-
If you ever watch most great comedians are not on off
They're
stage.
not on off stage.
right.
He
no,
wasn't
no,
on
when-
off
no,
stage.
no.
I sit in
see
the
what
green
you're
room,
saying. What I
talk
was
to
saying
guys,
is,
and then when they
he
go
was
on
on a
stage, they
regular
turn it on,
talk
and he
show,
goes-
and he was always like he always felt like he
Right.
had to be on,
Right.
Because
Right.
I guess he was trying to live up to the persona of what people.
That's a lot like Pat when he's on the show. He's on all the time, and this is as good as
Yeah.
he
I
can.
don't know if it's living up to a persona as much as it is just trying to please. You're so empty inside, and you want that adulation that you're on. Like, I don't want you to know the real me. This is, I'm gonna make you laugh, and this is what I'm
Right,
really
right.
like. It's how I want to be perceived, and a lot of them struggle with that. Even Howie Mandel's another one who's a great comic. He's got a new special coming out too. Look at me, I'm plugging Howie.
Did you see?
Oh, was that the one on
The
Showtime?
germaphobe.
I saw it on Showtime.
No, is it on, I thought it was on. I don't know if it's on Showtime or
There was
Netflix.
one he was doing on Showtime. It
great.
was pretty good. Yeah, it was
But
really
he
good. Yeah.
talks about how he dealt with
Yeah.
major problems.
Yeah. Well, they're human beings, and people forget.
Yeah.
Just like sports stars and stuff, they all go through their crap.
Hey, the grind of comedy could be depressing. too.
Listen,
I think entertainment has the most manic depressives than any other industry.
Oh,
like
yeah.
sports stars have their own thing, and
a lot more pressure on them.
But,
Right.
but comedians, there's just something about
Yeah.
it. Just draws us.
you know what it
down.
is? It's probably like with a sports star. He knows he signed his contract. He's going to play. A comedian doesn't know. Every gig could be his last gig.
Right. Yeah. And there's no
So
path.
keep that in mind, Pat.
There's no path.
And you're up there on stage, you're exposed,
Right.
Yeah?
and you just
You're alone.
You're vulnerable.
This
you
is
know.
me.
Yeah.
You know, and you want to make people laugh because
Yeah.
you want them to like you because
Right.
obviously
Because we're
we don't like
seeking
ourselves.
validation from other people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, parents didn't hug us enough. I blame my mother.
Good. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back.
Good, good.
John's such a great
I'm
host.
glad you're depressed.
How's that for therapy? Yeah, blame my mother. Good.
I'm glad you were a mess, and like the rest of us, and you're back.
So you fit right in.
We got to get you on some Laugh to Save live shows.
Absolutely.
We have a. I was going to say we have a very high standard, but
Right. In order to
You
get
have Pat on the show. How can that be?
However, in order to get into the regular routine, you have to do St. Albans at least 4 times.
St. Albans Veterans Hospital. Hey, you know what? You're not far from the truth. Not
know.
that he does, but all the newer comics. I go, well, you got to do St. Albans first.
I don't know what's
Veterans Hospital in Queens.
Oh, it's in Queens?
Every month we do the St. Albans.
That's nice.
We wheel the guys
These
down.
are guys,
It's
some of them from World War II. They have
Yeah.
their families.
It's an awesome afternoon.
John, I'd be more than happy to do it.
Okay.
My grandfather was a World War II veteran.
We're looking to
My father was a vet. I'll be there.
We're looking to expand to upstate 2 hospitals, and we're looking for
I'm not
some-
going upstate, but I will go to.
How you've been upstate?
Yes,
Listen,
no,
Yeah.
I
You've been upstate.
I want to take care of those veterans.
Sing
that
Sing.
No,
take
of
me-
course. I'm kidding. Of course.
I know you are. I know you are. So Easter was Sunday. Oh, you know what another thing is? I love your post with your kids.
Oh, thanks.
You know, we're all into our kids. I love Frankie with his daughter. I mean, his son too, but you can see
my-
you have that special
Yeah,
bond.
yeah.
and-
My
and we're
daughter's 14. My son's 19. So
she's
we
a
have
cutie,
Okay.
just like my daughter.
Thank you. Yes.
And my daughter now, my baby. You remember my kids? I think
I know. I saw
going back.
pictures of your baby. She's not a baby.
Put her on the freaking train back to Binghamton. You know, first time she went by herself. Port Authority. Thank God it was late.
Unbelievable.
So she's a good girl. She's working hard. We do a set. I forgot last week. Olivia Saves Lives. She's into environmental protection now. Not, you know, the environment.
oh,
and
so she's gonna get mad at my styrofoam cup.
She will.
Oh, she called us in Florida. She called her father in Florida. We were on our
did.
way somewhere.
What did I do
And
wrong?
she's telling something.
What did I
Dad,
do?
you got to do this to save the world. I said, okay, Livy. And there was something it was something.
She was.
It was some new thing that saved the world. I'm saying,
What
we need to
Easter?
get on an airplane. Worried about saving the world.
What did you do? What did you do that's different and fun for Easter? Don't give me the same thing. Where you had. What did you do for Easter? You were at the.
I worked.
Let me tell you something. This guy,
It's a big deal. I mean,
He doesn't-
It's a day to go out.
but he doesn't only work at
Yeah, I work with the assisted living with the
assisted
senior.
living.
Yeah.
He gets into it. He dresses up.
Yeah.
He
they
loves his
love
job.
him.
I love watching Pad
Me too.
post stuff at
I have fun
at
with
work.
it. I have fun. I
'Cause
have fun with it.
he
I don't
truly
dress up
loves
all
his
the time,
job.
but you know, we do things. Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just saying we need more people like
no,
that.
it's,
Just like
it's
Danielle.
great to watch you.
Danielle, the nursing home warrior is going to be on the show next month.
Yeah, I like to meet her.
You know, we need people like that with our elders. That's why when we go to St. Albans, they love it when we come there. I wish I could do more. Some of these people, we forget, they're in these homes day in and day out, seeing the same people. So it's great what you do. And what did you do for them for Easter? Did you have an Easter egg hunt over there?
No, they had one the day before. They have it for the kids. All the kids in the neighborhood, they can come down. So they had all
they must
kinds of
love
kids
that.
running around and
Oh, nice.
hiding Easter eggs. And then we're getting bigger. We're expanding, so there's some more places to hide the eggs.
Nice.
So they had a bowl Saturday.
What do they put in the eggs? There's different kind of medication?
They put different. No, for the kids, yeah. They
Oh, I
put,
thought
they
you meant
put
for-
they put Ritalin in it, yeah. But
That's what I get my kids.
You know what I did to the grandson? They were all mad at me. I put like an old tissue in one. He has a favorite granola bar. I just put the wrapper, So they
I can't believe you're a grandpa.
I
Holy
can't
crap.
either, but I'm lucky enough to be here to be a grandpa. That's the way I
Yeah,
look at it.
amen.
It's amazing.
I don't feel old. He's just so much fun. Yesterday, well, now that you brought him up, I'll talk for the next 40 minutes. But I want one story. I know every week I get one story. I don't know what we do with kids when we had to go to the bathroom. We were little out in public. Did we have little potty seats and we just held onto the bowl, that big bowl?
well, I know when I was like 6 years old, we were playing baseball 2-on-2. I just peed right on second base.
Well, that's a little
Then the
different.
kid slid into it.
I did that the night of my wedding.
It's a class act.
Right to second base.
I played stickball.
That's a metaphor, people. Second base.
Oh, that's
Wedding.
Right.
Eve.
No,
Gotcha.
you just I don't know. I don't.
You remember?
No, I don't remember.
remember.
Because they have these little seats, folding seats.
No, I didn't have a seat. No,
No.
seat.
Well, you put it on a
held
toilet
on.
bowl.
You held on.
You put it on a toilet bowl in the restaurant. It's easy for him to sit. So anyway, we're in the bank yesterday, and we're waiting in line. I'm filling out. He's running around. I'm watching. I'm filling out forms. I got a lot of money, so I got a lot of different accounts, a lot of money. So I was putting $5 in each account. So I'm running around, and he says, "I gotta go pee-pee and poopy." I go, "I gotta go." All right, so
How old is he?
he's gonna be 3 in July.
Okay.
So I go, all right, so I got the seat in the other parking lot. I go, ladies, I'll be back. So I run out, hold it, get the seat, run into the bagel store, set the potty up, put him on there.
In the middle of the bagel store?
No, in the bathroom.
Oh.
Put him in there. He pulls down his pants, he's sitting there. Drop, I'm done. I did it.
It's like you.
I go, I'm gonna hit you with this thing. What do you mean you did it? That's it?
You have a seat. That's classy.
Right.
Well,
You know what I did last week? We're rushing.
Oh.
Yeah, but how old?
My wife is saying
we're rushing to my daughter's
Right.
dance recital, right? She's gonna be on stage 7 o'clock. She's doing her solo. We're
Right.
booking, right?
Right.
The little one, Lily, she's got to pee all of a sudden.
How old?
She's 5, gonna be 6.
Okay.
Okay. All of a sudden, she's got to pee. You know when you
Right, you gotta go, yeah.
I'm on Route 83. If you're not from Long Island, it's like a country rural road.
Right,
There
right,
is
right.
nothing. What do? We don't have a seat.
So you pull the car
Pull
over.
over, hold her up. She pees,
Been
throw
there.
over my shoes, right back in. We're done.
Been there. No, I've been there with Olivia.
My wife just wrote in that apparently
Yeah.
we always brought the seat with us. I don't remember.
You don't remember any of that?
Am I that white trash that I never heard about?
I don't
Well,
know.
well,
I
your
don't know
wife-
if she means the seat.
Your wife did everything. That's why you don't remember.
Right.
In the
She
big
did.
hole, it makes the
I don't
hole
know. I don't know if
small.
she's talking about
it's a seat. It goes in it.
Yes.
so that the kids don't fall through.
Right.
Or I don't know if she's talking about that, or if she's talking about an actual plastic potty or something. I don't
You
know.
should talk to her once in a while. Maybe you learn
See,
something.
listen, I've been married for 20 some odd years, so because I don't talk to her.
So anyway, that was my story with him yesterday. You know what? Let's do a commercial. By the way, Gold Venice did send us a check, so thank you for that.
Well, let the audience know who Gold Venice is.
Gold Venice we had him on the show. Frank brought him on. Thank you, Frank.
Yes.
And we got a nice sponsorship
They
from him.
they are tax grievers. They're attorneys that will grieve your taxes, but he would prefer to show you how to do it yourself and save the money. However, if you don't want to do it yourself, you
This
can
guy's
call.
not a Jew, is he?
Well, his name is Gold.
Yeah.
How's he making money? I never heard
Because
of
there
a
are a
Jew
lot of-
lawyer teaching you how all the tricks of the trade.
There are a lot of people that
to get you in there.
I'm kidding.
There are a lot of people that won't grieve their own taxes. I mean, it's the simplest
I
thing.
know.
So,
It's a pain in the ass.
But he would rather show you how to do your own.
Well, he was telling
very
us on the
nice.
show that
That is
day
nice.
that there's people that grieve their taxes and they could pay about $3,000 less than their next door neighbor because they never grieve theirs. They don't lower theirs.
I
If you don't
grieve mine
grieve it,
every year.
if you
You
don't
have
grieve
to,
it,
because
you
even if you don't get it, even if it doesn't
Yeah.
get lowered, they can't raise it.
This is the first year I
So what
grieved.
happens is people never grieve it because they get paranoid. Oh, the town's going to come in. They're going to. The town is not coming anywhere because they don't have the resources for it. They're not checking things. So they would just take your grievance, whatever you got off, and put it on a guy that didn't grieve. So the taxes would
It's
be
a horrible
We did the
system.
grieving show already. We did the grieving
we
show.
grieve
Worked
after your
well.
act too. So.
Right,
So
we
anyway,
grieve after
thank
your
you. Thank you. What was the gentleman's first name? You don't remember either?
Jerry,
No, it's not Jerry.
Jack?
something gold.
No.
Thank you for the sponsorship. Thank you for the check.
I'm drawing a
You got
blank.
any money? We don't care
Get
what
a
your name
first
is.
name.
Jerry
Get a
Gold,
first
thank you.
This is why we lose
Jeff
sponsors.
Gold.
Jeff
Thank
Gold.
you.
Jeff Gold.
Jeff Gold.
This is why we lose sponsors.
Thank you. This is
Money, you don't even know his name.
We got the check.
right. As soon as the check cleared, he forgot his
It
name.
hasn't cleared yet. That's how I put it in yesterday. I put it today.
This guy's
Um,
terrible.
But good. I'm glad he sponsored this show.
Yes.
And now he's seeing what he gets for $500.
He sponsored. No.
gets
You
his-
don't get too many return
Right.
sponsors.
We don't. He sponsored the show up until April 15th. So he was a sponsor.
Okay.
Okay? So he got his money. No, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to.
So if anybody wants to sponsor us, don't worry, we won't remember your name.
Right. As soon as the money runs out, we'll talk about you.
MCM Duck Cleaning, our big sponsor.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
We have a commercial we filmed like a month ago.
We filmed the commercial. We also have some other potential sponsors who want commercials now.
Right, but they
Okay,
should
we
come
did a
to us.
commercial, a live commercial
Nice.
for MCM Duck Cleaning. 631-885-5736. Matt is a great guy. If you need your ducks clean, call Matt. I would read more, but I forgot his commercial already tonight too. So Matt is a great guy. He's our biggest sponsor.
Right.
631-885-5736. Everybody knows what ducks are. If you need them clean,
Get 'em
call
clean.
Matt.
Get 'em
I don't
clean.
need to read the commercial. We just
Yeah.
lost another sponsor, I guess.
No, Matt does a great job, but if you ask what is on the side of his truck,
Right.
tells you he does chimneys, this and that, he really doesn't do that.
Okay.
So I really don't know what he does.
It's the bait and switch. You need your chimney
does
cleaned.
the
Let him come in there.
No, but
Nobody
when
does
we
the
did the
ducks.
video for the commercial, he said, just don't show this. I don't do
Right.
that. He's got a half a dozen things on the side of the truck. He doesn't do
It's
nothing.
like the ice cream man that only has
These
the
are
Dixie
people
cups
that
and the ice cream.
support
cone.
us that we're talking
Matt's a great guy. He knows,
Okay.
he knows I think
Thank
he's a
you,
great
man.
guy. but
Apologize for
He would enjoy that I made fun of him because I
Pat
made fun
telling
of
you
him.
what you not do.
Right.
What you do not do.
He
That's
likes
not
when
the
I
way.
make fun of him.
Darren, I asked you a question on the phone, and we'll go around the horn a little bit,
Sure.
and then we could talk about your what you do with your daughter with the.
Paul Bond said, this is a great show. So far, I've come 3 times.
Did he say that?
He did.
Yeah, and then he said, that's 4 now. So
It might be 5 because you mentioned his name.
What? Now Darren with the F bomb, and now Paul. We gotta go.
We got to go with the mature rate.
Paul Bob.
Kathy
not
said,
blaming
me too, Paul. Now that's because Frank's not home. And he didn't take the batteries out.
All right, so
That's right.
I always know you. We'll hold off to Life Act for a few minutes. I always know you as like a bad boy of comedy.
Right.
I'm silly, clean.
Nah, yeah,
You
right.
know, like a bad boy of comedy. Now, in the beginning, you didn't have kids when you started doing comedy. Am I correct?
Correct.
All right. Now you seem like you're really. I'm gonna use the word cute. Don't punch me. Really cute dad. You do fun things with the kids. You're really into them. So, what is something that you do now with the kids that you said years ago, you said, I never would have thought I'd do that? I mean, just you go into the dance recitals. My daughter was only 1 year and I was banging my head against the walls with the dance
they're
recitals.
painful.
Because it's like 4 hours and your kid dances. If it's only one number, please.
Yeah,
mother,
that's
for
exactly
3
what it
minutes.
is. You just get to see your daughter for like 3-4 minutes,
And then you gotta sit
and then
there.
you have 16 other dance
It's like a
balls
Butera
going
comedy
through
show.
it.
Right,
It's
right.
horrible.
It's exactly.
It's like a John Buchanan comedy show.
And I remember my daughter danced one year. They did it on Father's Day.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
they don't care.
So and I said to the woman, she goes, "Oh, I said, well, then you should have did it on Mother's Day."
These
We used to
dance-
play soccer on Mother's Day, but it was only an hour.
Right.
No,
You
these,
know-
these dance schools are the worst. They hijack you, they kidnap you, and you
outfits.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
The out- oh my God, yeah.
You're not allowed to walk out after your kid's done, right?
No,
No.
it's
It's
ridiculous.
embarrassing.
No.
It's and they have no idea how to run a show. It's constant, and they think that dance is the only thing that is happening in your child's
Right,
life. Ever.
right.
That's it. It's just day after day.
Soccer was 1 hour done. Even on Mother's Day, my
No.
wife used to do.
Years ago, we went to my friend's
What?
daughter's soccer game
Yeah.
when she was young.
Yeah.
It was years back. We had to drive all the way up to Rochester.
Oh, well, that's a
so my friend
Oh, she was
said,
in
take a ride
travel.
up here, Patsy. He said, don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll pick her up. She's probably going to lose the first round of the tournament.
Oh, it was a
Rochester for a
tournament.
soccer game?
Yeah.
It was a
It's-
tournament.
It was a tournament. Wait a minute.
travel
It was
tournament.
a tournament, right? He said, don't worry. She'll lose the first round, and we'll just turn around and come back. She went to the finals. We didn't get out of there till midnight.
That's like an 8-hour ride.
Yeah.
It was.
And that's not
You
even
could have just gone to Canada.
So
Nothing
we
could
do
happen.
things for our kids that we didn't. So what is something that you do now that you said, oh my God, I never thought I would be doing this?
Everything.
Other than everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything that I do with them, I would, before kids, I said, there's no
You didn't
fucking
think
way.
you were going to be that kind of father?
Hell no. I don't like children. I don't. I mean, I love mine. You know,
Right. In
I
general.
don't like anyone else's.
Right. I got you.
Well,
I don't even like my own.
No. Because all they're needy. You know, they want
yeah,
everything.
but some kids can be
We-
very
we-
cruel. I'll give you
We
this.
have a listener that
Yeah.
says if she wanted to add to
Yes.
Darren's thing.
Yes.
He says, and they charge this is from Amanda Beckett.
charge
She's-
admission.
Admission.
They charge
Right.
charge you $1 million for a video of all other kids dancing.
Yep.
Right.
Excuse
Admission?
me. You know who that is?
It's
don't.
Amanda Beckett.
From? Amanda, he apologizes. From Florida.
Oh yes, Amanda from Florida.
The one that helped us with the first show in the.
Oh, Amanda!
Yeah, Amanda,
Yes,
you
with the
dope,
father,
yeah.
with
She
the
knows.
And now you're going to make fun of him for not
Happy
knowing people's
father.
names?
Yes,
So you have to pay
From
for
Ecolab.
you
Now
gotta
I
pay
know
for
who it is.
classes,
Yes.
Right.
The
all
dress.
Your tuition, the dresses. Then you got to pay
Sorry,
for
Amanda.
admission to the shows.
Yep.
You got to pay for pictures. You got to pay for a video. It's you're hemorrhaging money constantly.
They're making a ton of money
Ton of
on that
money.
stuff.
Right.
Ton of money on that stuff. That's tough. You know, even the track meets. The track meets are long.
Well,
Track meets are low.
my daughter runs track for the. She was running it in junior high, and when she finished her event, she was allowed to go, and that's how it is in the high school. But if you're on the varsity team, or I forget what she called it, you're
gotta
there
stay.
all day.
Right,
Yeah.
You answered the phone already?
So.
You answered, right, Ryan?
I can't get the mics working in here.
So Laughter Saves Lives, is somebody on the air?
Hey, it's Lori from Hampton Foodie.
Hey, I thought Lori. All right, let me set you up, Lori. Did we finish that?
You gonna set her
thought?
up?
I'm
Who you
sorry.
gonna
yeah, that's fine. We
Who
were
you gonna
boring
set her up with,
everyone
Darren?
about it.
We'll get back to it. On Saturday night, I did a comedy show for Corrigan out in East Hampton Fire Department.
Oh.
And they had a caterer. Didn't do a full meal. They did like some appetizers and stuff. Hampton Foodie. Am I saying that right, Lori?
Yes, you are.
And they did a kick-ass. We can hardly hear her. They did a great job, and I wanted to give Lori a plug tonight because maybe she gets some business out there. But then I was thinking, you know how my mind works. I want to do a show out there. A lot of people with money. Maybe we get some sponsors to see if Lori and I could do an event where Lori would get some exposure. I would get some exposure. So I asked Lori to call in. Hello, Lori.
Hi, John.
We can hardly hear Lori in here.
Lori, I can hear you
hear
fine.
me
These
now?
old bastards can't hear shit.
Can you hear her funny, really? Lori, let's start off with how funny was I Saturday night? And be honest, Lori.
Oh, you were great. You were absolutely great. No, we're still talking about it. We all enjoyed ourselves. It was an awesome show. All of you guys were awesome. It was really, really great. And your foundation is amazing. So, yeah, it was a good time by all.
Well, thank you,
John's
Lori.
always begging people for
Right.
praise, so we just want
Right.
to get that
Did,
right
did
out of the
I
way.
beg? I asked her for an honest opinion.
Well, you did in Florida.
What did the lady do last week? She gave it to me.
Yeah, she gave it to you, right?
All right. So, Lori,
Yes.
so tell us a little bit about your business. We want to give you a little plug here. What do you do out there in East Hampton? How do people get in touch with you? What's your specialties and all of that?
Yeah, I'm a private chef, and I do small catering events out here. I've done it for over 13 years. I had a food truck for years and then sold it, and now I work out of a kitchen alongside of another company called Dreesen's Catering. And we do everything, you know, from, like I said, I do small events myself, and then I team up with Dreesen's, and we do bigger events. As far as specialty goes, lobster salad. Always a famous one out here.
That was the one you had on the little rolls, right?
Yes, the lobster rolls I did the other night for
lobster
you.
boats.
Yep, for everybody. Yep, so it was a good time. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, again, your foundation is awesome. I think it's great, and I hope to collaborate with you at some point, and definitely, you know, draw up some fundraisers, and you know, it's a good cause.
Good. Let's Let's talk about that this week. See if we can get a tentative date so we can. I know I'm very pushy. I'm very pushy.
Yeah, very pushy.
I don't mean to be,
Pushy,
but I think we could do something really good together. I think we could do something for a nice charity, make a little bit for Laughter Saves Lives, give you some more exposure, but you don't really want it, right? You said you don't want more business?
No, I'm good. I do, like I said, I'm doing small stuff now, and I
Right.
do the private chef, and I work alongside the schools. I do a lot of stuff with the kids for after the sports.
Oh, nice.
When they go on their, sports stuff, I pack out dinners and stuff for them. So I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm always around to help out. So, especially for good causes, and definitely, yours is one of them. So.
All right. I think I'm going to take that as a yes.
Give her.
Yes,
take that as
yes,
a-
definitely, yes.
You were, and you know what? You were a sweetheart. Just a very nice person. Before I got off the phone, my friend, did she call you, Jeannie? Did she call you?
Not yet. Nope, not yet.
All right, she should be calling you. A friend of mine said, hey, are they good? I want to hire her. I'm doing this out there. So hopefully you got your little work on top of it.
Great. Thank you, John.
Thanks for taking the time to call in, Lori.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll be in touch. I'll call you in about a half hour.
Okay. All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Take
All
care.
right, bye.
Bye.
What a sweetheart. Just a very nice lady. I mean, really just different hors d'oeuvres. It was really, really tasty and delish. And delish.
Can you use it for the gala?
Yeah.
Maybe the almost gala, maybe. Depends on where we have it this year.
Yeah. So we don't
What's
have
the
to cook.
gala?
So we don't
The
have to cook
almost
for you.
gala is our big fundraiser. We're trying to make it bigger and better. We had it at the Tank Museum out there in Bethpage. Then we went to the Knights of Columbus Hall. What was it? Knights of VFW?
I don't know.
Knights of Columbus was the
We
veteran.
want to have it in a funky place. You know what? I asked J.J. Boyd, don't get twitchy. I asked J.J. Boyd about doing it in the airport. We did a show in the airport once. MacArthur? Is it MacArthur?
I don't know. There's
MacArthur's
plenty-
an airport.
That is one of them. There's Republic. There's
What's
LaGuardia. There's Kennedy.
No, I'm
there's
not
Dallas
Yeah,
Fort Worth.
LaGuardia would really be
Right,
great. Yeah.
right. There's Dallas Fort Worth. I don't know which one you're talking
Right on the
about.
runway at LaGuardia.
what is the call letters for Newark?
I don't know.
All right, EWY. It's a different EWY.
Didn't they
It's
change
just a
it?
little-
Isn't it Liberty?
No,
it's not
it used to be Liberty.
No, it's Liberty now, isn't it?
No, it used to be.
So anyway, you spoke to JJ about doing it at the airport, and what,
We did a comedy show there once. It was the best. We had the best time because every time a plane came in, the comic would stop his set and start talking to the people. It was very unusual, very different.
yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Was it almost like your experience in?
Right.
You would have loved it.
Was it almost your experience in the Rockaways when Santa was having with jets going over his head?
Oh, that was an interesting show. Right by the runway. Every time a plane went off, it just. All right, so very good. Let's do Life Hack. I know you had it on the previous screen here, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little more. Life Hack.
Parents, please listen. This is a LifeVac. It's easy to use and can save a life in an airway emergency. LifeVac is proven to save lives, and it's as simple as place, push, pull. I've had one in my kitchen and one in my car for years, and you should have one in yours. Choking is a leading cause of death. 5,000 people a year die from choking, one child every 5 days, and it can happen in just 4 minutes. There's no time to wait. If you have children in your home, please consider your LifeVac today.
Show you later.
And we're back. Life
We're
Hack
back.
saved another life the other day. I know. What is Salerno was on the air with them the other day down there demoing on.
Yeah,
Dallas.
I don't know what he was doing. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I'm going to be going down there in May to
I saw that.
To do a show with him. I'm going to visit him for a couple days. John is we
Retired?
were cops together in the 7-7, and he moved down to Texas. He does some comedy down there.
Well, that's why he moved to Texas,
Right,
because
to
he
get away
wasn't
from
funny
it.
up here.
right.
So he went down to Texas.
So,
I'm kidding you, John. I know you probably want.
So he was doing something promoting the Life Vac on television.
Do we have our flyers, Ryan? I know. Do we have our flyers ready? Let's throw some of these flyers.
Having a stroke.
On Wednesday night. On Wednesday night, we're going to be doing a small show at Healy's. Now, at Healy's in Greenlawn is where we shot the commercial.
Yes.
I'm going to say her name is Moya, but I screw up everybody's name. I said to Moya, thank you so much for
What a
coming in
dick.
early.
You don't even know her name.
You know help, because you can't let it just slide. I said to her, thank you so much. We want to come back and give back. We want to do a comedy show for you, invite people down, make money on food and drink, a cover charge. And she turned around and said, cover charge is going to Laughter Saves Lives Foundation.
That's nice.
Nice lady, very
Very
nice
nice.
lady. I
Healy's.
think it's a $25 pop that she's charging. Now, the other day she said, John, I only have 13 people. I said, let's do it. I said, the comics are ready. Frank doesn't get many bookings.
Right, I don't get that many,
Let's do it. Pat, Pat doesn't get to work much. Let's do the show. And I said, you know what? You're going to sell a few more tickets. And last night she said, you know what, John? I sold a few more tickets.
Is tomorrow the show?
This is tomorrow. We can only squeeze probably about 40 in the place. It's a small place.
Right.
But I would love to do shows there like every other month and check out, some, put some new comics on the show.
I don't know about
and then
every other
we can
month.
put Darren Dillon on one
I
of
don't know
these
about every
shows.
other month because a small place like that it's repeat customers, so you're gonna end up getting the same people. So every other month may not.
You're not going to be on the next show.
That's fine. Listen, if I'm on the show, I won't be
calculating
back.
already. He's
I
like,
won't
I'm
be.
gonna get back in
No,
there.
you know what it is with John? It's like going to the witness protection
Every
program. You
7
do one
years.
show and you're never seen again.
No,
So,
but I'm being
I mean, look, how
serious.
long was the last time he put you on a show?
Coming here is like meeting in the
left.
parking lot. I'm like, this sounds like a mob hit. I don't know if I'm gonna do this.
But anyway,
No, but a place like that's gonna have
no,
repeat
we're
customers.
gonna bring new comics the next time. What's the
No,
difference?
please.
Every other month, the comedy clubs do a show every week.
They're comedy clubs.
All right,
People that
Roy's
go
gonna
to a
do it.
bar don't go there
May
for drinking.
17th. Where are we? May
I think
17th.
there's a
Can
time
we
to
see
fight
that?
about this tomorrow.
Where are we? May 17th. I can't read that. Where
think
are we
Hewlett.
in- Is that Sayville or is that Hewlett?
I don't know. I can't see it.
I can't
Hewlett.
even
It's
friggin'
Hewlett.
see it.
It's Hewlett.
4 guys that don't have their glasses on.
Hewlett, I got it.
Hewlett? I'm not even doing a show in Hewlett, am I?
look,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
yes,
you are.
Hewlett.
Yes, you
Darren, go ahead.
are.
Get up there and look at that. Hold on. Wait.
We got Sheba, Mason,
Doors open 7 p.m.
Go ahead.
Showtime 8 p.m. Tickets $25 in advance. Hewlett Fire Department, 25 Franklin Avenue, Hewlett, New York.
Oh, Hewlett is our new show. This is the first year we're doing it.
Nice.
Well, we just
Yes.
lost it because the
Right.
people watching
Same
you don't
night
even know
we're
what it is.
doing-
I just saved it for you.
We're same night we're doing Williston Park, so that's a great show. And I
Isn't
think-
Alexander on the show?
Are you're on that show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so
Alexander's on the show too. I seen her last night at the open mic.
Alexandra. It's a female.
Yeah,
You
he's
said
right.
Alexander.
That's the fucking difference. I said Alex. She knows who I
She
am.
He said
knows.
fuck. He just said
It's
fuck.
not because you started it. Because you opened the gate. Now he's gonna.
Well, it's my son's middle name. So. Oh, yeah. Jet fuck Dylan.
All right, we'll go back. So those are some of the shows we have coming up. Some of the topics here I wanted to also bring up tonight. Let's get on the.
Oh, John Salerno, I want you to plug shows in Texas.
Oh yeah, John. We're doing a show in Texas for John. May 25th is the show you're
Yes,
on.
that's the show I'm doing.
I'm not going to
They
that
have
show.
apparently, I was told you were paying my airfare down there.
Yeah.
We're in Texas.
Dallas.
Just outside of Dallas.
We've done shows.
Comedy club or what is it?
I don't know. John, is it a comedy club?
No, it's not. It's not. John doesn't do shows in comedy clubs. He does them in all kinds of.
525
all-
and 622. There's
It's a
two
coffee
shows
house.
you got.
You're going down to do a show for 4 people.
Oh,
in Texas.
I'll have to
Thank you, John
say
Salerno.
once again. I'll have to say it's live show.
Steve Oliver and John are not allowed back to Texas after.
It's actually, he does Laugh to Stage live shows out there. He started another branch. He does some good work.
That's good.
So I'm going out in June, I think it looks
Yeah,
like.
June 22nd.
Where is the show? Does he have it on there? We don't have the flyer up here. We're making a new flyer for May
It's
25th.
for heroes, cops, and kids. Is what the
So
show
I guess
Okay.
you can't go.
Heroes, Cops, and Kids.
on the 25th.
The comics aren't Heroes, Cops, and Kids. It's for Heroes, Cops, and Kids. Why, I'm a kid.
Well, you're not a hero.
Let me tell you something. You say I'm not a hero. You're right. All right. Let's talk about thrift shopping.
You're my hero. Don't worry
Let's
about it.
change the topic. We did all our commercials, thank God.
Right.
We'll talk.
Not
you know
all of
what?
them. You didn't do May 10th in Jersey.
Oh, Piccadilly Arsenal. Piccadilly Arsenal we're doing.
I'll pick two.
In Jersey with Jeff
I'll
Norris.
take two,
Jeff
please.
Norris.
Jeff Norris is agreed to headline the show for us. It's not a big gig. And he said, Johnny, anything for you. So thank you, Jeff Norris, for coming
Jeff
out.
is the best too. He's super funny.
He's a
He's
great
super
guy, yeah.
funny, great guy.
Great guy,
Really
too, yeah.
big supporter of Laugh to Save Lives. We're doing a show. It's not really for the military. Most of that base is civilians. They make bullets there, large caliber bullets. So we've done about 5 or 6 shows over the last 8 years there. We're looking forward to going back. It's Pat Marone, Johnny La 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 La, and Jeff Norris. So it should be a nice show.
Good show.
Have a lot of fun.
Johnny
Minus
and
Johnny
Pat.
La La La.
Thank God Jeff could do a long set.
You're right. You're right. No, that's what we have you here for. Your honesty.
I'm kidding.
Your honesty.
John-
You're a bad boy in comedy.
John's a great comic.
So we're gonna have some fun there. Very polished. Thrift shopping.
Well,
I was thinking of topics today because I didn't know if our guest. We were supposed to have a guest tonight. Can I just mention that before we do thrift? It's somebody that we're going to be working with.
Well, if
I
he's
hooked
not here,
up-
why are you
Why
plugging
you
him?
gonna, yeah, why do you
Here's
mention
why.
somebody who's not here?
Here's why, because they're doing.
And you're making this guest feel bad, like, oh, I guess I was on deck.
He's not a-
I was
I
the
want
B-list.
I want to mention a couple
I'm
of
a
shows I'm not
B-lister.
going to be doing next week.
Are you going to be doing any shows coming up you'd like to mention? Because
Yeah,
a
we'll
lot
do it
of
at the
times-
end. We'll do it at the
Well,
end.
we may hit me tight on time because we really have a lot of things to do here tonight.
Got 25 minutes to fill.
No, when we went to Florida, we made a lot of good contacts. Patty made some good contacts with nobody, and I spoke to a few people. Survive First, all right? Survive First. We're going to be doing a show for them in Melbourne Beach. He's going to come on the show here. This is an organization dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Oh, okay.
For cops, firemen, and and we mentioned it last week how I met him. I approached a girl in a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
And I almost got
Always
arrested.
a good thing to do.
I almost got arrested.
No, you almost got us arrested in the
other-
bar.
We said that story.
I know, I'm saying, but that's where you almost got arrested. The other one you were pretty cool with. She was like,
She was nice.
she was into you.
But she said to me, thank God Paul doesn't watch.
You
She said to
didn't-
me,
She's not going to believe it anyway.
she said to me, I said to her, listen, here's what we do. We're doing a comedy show tomorrow night. We're trying to fill some seats. Here's some free tickets. Maybe you'll buy some raffles at 50-50. Why don't you come? And she said to me, you're not going to believe the conversation we're about to have. And that's when I said, oh my God, what did I say now? She goes, I'm helping this guy with this fireman cop thing, post-traumatic stress, and Survive First.
wow.
So we're going to go back in Melbourne. We're doing it in the theater this time.
That's great.
It's going to be a great night, but
That's
this is
important too. That post-traumatic.
Survive First.
very-
Yeah,
it's
is
very
proud to support
Very.
rescue responders, hosted by the Stephen, former paramedic, and 9/11 rescue workers. So we made a good contact there. I hooked up through. We're going to be doing again, if you're going to come with me, the reading of the names on 9/11.
I'll let you know about that.
Okay,
I
you
was
didn't
a
like
little- no, I like doing it. I
You planning that already? For
Well, yeah,
September?
you got to. Wow. You got to.
So far in
She's
advance.
trying to make it more organized.
yeah, and I have more names to add to the list. I'll probably be there, but right now I just
All
want
right.
to say
It was
I'll let
it
you
was
know.
a nice day.
It was a wonderful day, and I really, truly enjoyed it.
I really enjoy, if the word could be enjoyed on
yeah,
9/11, being with you
Yes.
as opposed to
Yes.
always being by myself.
cathartic.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had, it was a really nice day. We went to a nice luncheon, and then we read the names of people that were lost this year who helped on 9/11, not necessarily died on 9/11.
Right.
It was nice.
It includes everybody, so it's
That's
really
nice.
very
It was a
nice.
day. And then we went to the 9/11 memorial. He's never been.
I'd never
You've never
been.
been there?
No.
It's beautiful. It's
No,
No.
so nice.
New Yorkers are not going. That's why.
Well, it's tough. If you've been there, I can imagine it's very.
I mean, I didn't
tough.
see that. We didn't go through the whole thing. I forget.
we ran through fast.
We ran
You,
through very
you were
quickly.
down there when everything happened.
Not the day of.
Not the
I got
day
there
of, but
a few days
so-
later.
Well,
so
I don't know if
spent
you
about
saw-
a week down
It's
there.
very
yeah,
tough.
so.
I don't know if you saw my commercial on the website. I did a commercial.
No, I didn't.
Yes, I was very honored to be chosen for a commercial because New Yorkers are not going. It's all out of towners. It's hard for New
Hence
Yorkers
the
to
gift
go down
shops.
there.
It's very hard.
You know, it's hard. It was hard for
Not just to
me.
get down there. Once it's getting
Well,
up to make the effort to go and
I mean,
feeling those
emotionally.
emotions. that you're going to be going through.
Right.
It's not easy.
You know, my dad
you know?
hasn't gone yet, and I was just told, by the way, that they're giving free tickets to 9/11 responders. 2 free tickets. So if you want to go again.
Yeah, well, in August we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Behind the Shield podcast, this guy's name is James Gearing. He's actually from England, I think, and he does this wonderful podcast. And he invited me to be on. I asked him if I could be on. And I'm going to be on his
He
podcast.
invited me after I asked him.
Wait, listen, anything I can do to spread the word about Laughter Saves Lives, I'm a little aggressive. So I said to him, would you mind? No, and you can be on my show, and it's all good. Thrift store. Now let's talk a little bit about thrift shopping. Ever done? Ever done?
No.
Well,
Okay.
what it is.
Well, let me take that back. My wife has.
Okay.
For the kids.
Well,
you know,
what-
upstate, those
what it
little
is
secondhand stores and
Yes.
get some good stuff for the babies.
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
asked me to do this because when he asked you about some things that you do with your kids that you never thought you'd be doing, and what I do the thrift shopping with my daughter because it's how I teach her about a little bit about money. She's 14. We buy some stuff at the thrift store and we look to resell it on eBay and make some money. So I teach her a little bit about making money, and it's daddy-daughter time. We get to spend some time
Yeah, it's cool.
looking out. So John asked me to do a little history of the thrift shop. It's a little more interesting than you would think, but
Yep.
not as interesting as you'd want it to be.
Is it a Patty G segment?
This would be a very good Patty G
Patty
segment.
G segment. All right.
But anyway,
Nothing against you, Patty G.
in the 1800s, people didn't throw anything out. So they always repurpose it. It's all right, Pat. This is exactly what the audience looks on Pat's show.
It's better than when you're talking.
So-
Sleep.
So obviously in the 1800s, early 1900s, people didn't throw anything out. They always repurposed it.
Right.
So if they had a dress, they would turn it into something else, and eventually they
Right.
just use it to stuff the chairs. But in the late 19th century, for a few reasons, the Industrial Revolution, that's when they started to mass produce clothes. So clothes became more affordable, and the clothes that people had became considered disposable. And that's why people started to donate. The housing, immigration, it was a big influx of immigration, and where people were living became smaller. So they, like these tight apartments, they wouldn't hold on to a lot of possessions. But in 1897, the Salvation Army started the Salvation Brigade out of the basement of a men's shelter. And the residents that lived in the men's shelter would go around the neighborhood with push carts asking for used clothes and for bringing stuff back. They got to stay there and they got fed. So that's how that
If you
started.
donated clothes, you got a meal, and you got to
Not
stay
if you
there?
donated. If I was a resident there, I would go around with a push cart and say, hey, you got anything to donate? And
Okay,
for
so
doing
you're like
that,
working, like a
I
volunteer.
got
Okay.
or slave labor. However, in 1902, a Methodist minister launched the Goodwill program, and he would hire the poor and the disabled people to collect the goods and do necessary repairs in the churches.
When does the nudity pop in here?
Very shortly.
There was nudity?
I'm hoping because
Oh,
Right.
Pat, he did research on this.
look at poor Pat.
So in turn again for doing the work, they got to stay at the place. But what happened was there was a stigma involved with the thrift store because before they were called thrift stores, they were called junk stores.
Oh,
So in the
that's what I-
20s,
that's what I call
in the
it.
20s, they changed it for marketing purposes. It became a thrift store. But during the Depression, the demand outstripped the supply because people now were holding on to stuff, and during World War II, they weren't giving the stuff away.
Right.
Then, of course, if you remember, you probably don't remember, but the ration books, they would ration stuff in World War II because whatever the government could use to make
Right.
weaponry and stuff like that. And so then during the post-war, the business boomed because people were there was prosperity, and they were giving stuff away, and they were buying new clothes and stuff like that. But today, now, thrift stores are part of a $14.4 billion
It
industry.
seems like it's hip to do if the word
It's
is
hip
I
because
know
what
hip
happens
has
is
been out for years,
now
but
people they look for vintage clothing,
Right.
And they
Make
look for
money on
vintage, and now what also you get is when my daughter loves the Beatles, and she
I
likes,
love that she loves the Beatles.
yeah, she loves the Beatles. Although if we find anything Beatles, she keeps it. So part of funding the daddy-daughter days
Right.
is I buy her Beatles stuff.
All right, that's
But I like old toys. But so what it is people start looking for the things they had when they were a kid.
Right.
So that's where the for the
But
interest for
why
us.
can't you go and buy a shirt there, like, cheap, like...
You can.
yeah.
There's stuff. We bought stuff that was brand new at the tags. We like again. We look for things that are going to appeal to people that collect stuff. So we found like a Harley Davidson shirt still with the tag from
But
Florida.
you're looking to resell.
and we resell
What's
it.
the best? I'm sorry, John.
No, go
I
ahead.
was just saying, what's the best thrift store like on Long Island that you would
Well,
recommend?
we're still new to this, so I can't say
don't wanna give up
which
the
one.
secrets.
No. We
Tell us
go.
some that you hit.
We go to the one in Copeg, which is called Amvets.
Oh, okay.
Amvets is very good, but they don't negotiate their price. Some stores will negotiate the price. They don't, but they do offer.
Like a yard sale.
Because they know you guys are hustlers.
They-
You're taking them
Oh,
out.
shoot.
No, their prices are very low to begin with. So and then they offer 25% discount.
What's
for,
the best
for
thing
cops.
you found?
Actually, my daughter went with my wife yesterday, and she found some Beatles glasses.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
like promotional like, glasses? And,
yeah, so she
like
found
their
those.
faces on it?
Oh, I printed out here,
Your sister said
Hempstead's
clothes always
SA
come back in
Family
style.
Store.
You asked
You
me
keep
to.
interrupting the guy.
So
It's a wonder anyone watches
The,
this fucking show.
So
I agree
so
with you.
We've been to Amvets. There's
Nobody
one,
does watch
There's
it.
one in Belmore called the Trading Post. They're very good. They,
By
by you, yes.
Yeah.
John lives in Belmore.
The Trading Post.
the Trading
So
Post.
they but they take their proceeds and they buy stuff for the elderly.
And now, how do we? And I know they do that, and I've heard, but how do You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, it's the same thing.
I'm not
John.
trying to
No,
be
but
scout-
but
just
here's the
saying.
thing,
You
and
gotta
with all
have some faith.
and with all due respect to Laugh to Save Lives, people say the same thing about
I
charities.
guess.
How do we know?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, I guess.
know,
that's true.
John's sister made a comment. Clothes always come back in style.
They do,
That's
right.
why John's been dressing
That's
like
why
he's
John
in
has
the
never been
70s.
out of style.
He's still hoping it's coming back in
So,
style.
Believe it or not, I did not purchase this at a thrift store.
In and
No,
out
but you've been
the-
wearing that since you were a
I
kid.
know. This is my favorite. One of my favorite shirts.
So we go to Amvets. We've been to the Trading Post. There's one in the Tri-County Flea Market called Unique. And that's pretty good.
Yeah.
They have like days where it's 50% off, and so if you go on the right day, you can really get.
What about
You're
the
buying
Salvation
stuff
Army
and you're
places,
reselling
though?
them with your daughter. That's great.
And we resell it, and that's like I said.
Where, on
teach her
eBay?
On eBay, we teach her about the return on investment and stuff like that.
I like it.
So, it
Huh?
gives us
Is that-
something to
You're a
do.
regular entrepreneur.
Yeah, it gives us, you know.
Smart. You know, I wish
Frank-
my parents would have done something like that with
You know
me.
what? It's not even that. I wish my parents had told me, like, all the old toys I had, I wish I still had them.
Yeah, my baseball card.
We have a funny one.
What?
Which one?
Your sister says that's where John gets his raises.
Ah,
Hey, just do some steps. You're behind me in
but it's a lot
steps,
of fun.
chick.
It's a lot of fun.
You
We
probably
enjoy
have
it,
5,000.
great.
Start
I know.
walking.
you know.
So there's something that you would do with your kids. that
Right
you
now
would
with my
work?
son, he also does comedy. So we took the comedy class together, and that's how.
No, his son does comedy.
My son.
the only one in the family.
Yeah, he's much funnier than I
I
am.
know?
See, people no, you don't. But see, people think it's insulting to say that your
Your kids were
child is
14
better than
and
you.
17, right?
19
His son's
and
like
14.
19. Yeah,
19. So your son's 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's doing
So,
a good job. He's
so
very
he's,
funny,
he's,
Nick.
he's-
What's his name?
Nick.
It's very funny.
Nick Fialek. Yeah.
All right.
So he. So that's what we did. And now he goes to college. He doesn't get to perform too much, but he comes
Where's he
down.
going to college?
Maritime.
Okay, that's not.
Up in,
That's
up
right
in
here.
the Bronx. Yeah, so he comes home on the weekend. He shoots down. Wednesday's his night off, so he gets to shoot down here and go to the open mics.
That's great.
And he's working on some stuff. No, I'm talking about my kids. now. We
Yard
talk-
sales.
Yard sales.
Don't you ever go to yard sales and resell? That's the
Well,
place.
Actually,
to really get some
for a
good
while
deals.
there, I was banned from all garage sales, yard sales, and estate sales
Why?
by my wife because I was bringing stuff home and I wasn't
much?
reselling it. However, we're very excited because there is a huge garage sale going on this weekend.
Good lead-in.
Yes, and that is for
They were
rescuing
supposed to call.
families.
They were supposed to
Rescuing
call.
families who they were on the show. They build they rebuild homes for the not rebuild
Disabled.
entire homes. They'll do work
Retrofit 'em.
for
Who-
free.
Who's Who's Julie Conboy Russo? She said she's loving the show.
Thank you,
So-
Julie. You'll be on in a few weeks.
Thanks, Julie.
She's
You know
one
her?
of the nursing home warriors.
Oh,
And a Queens girl.
yes.
And
So,
a Queens girl. Very good, Frank.
Yeah, so
That's
big
great.
garage sale this weekend.
All right,
Don't
wrap
go
it
there.
up, Frank. Wrap it up.
Don't go there. Well, it's rescuing families.
27th, 28th. We have the flyer. Do you see if we have the Rescue Families Inc. flyer?
Where is it? 27, 28?
It's in.
Is it Farmingdale?
Here we go.
Not Farmingdale. Floral
It's
Park.
in Franklin Square. Franklin
Franklin
Square.
Square.
They do
There you go.
wonderful work. They were supposed to call in Gina and Vinny, but they did not. So we will plug it. Saturday, Sunday, April 27th, 28th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Could be them now.
I
great.
wanted you never did it last week. I wanted you to review the movie that you watched on the plane. Did we do that?
I didn't get to finish Creed, and the second one
Creed?
I watched was good. The Green Book I watched.
The Green Book. I wanted to hear your emotional response to that movie.
I didn't get emotional. I don't get
Were you
emotional.
crying?
It's a
There you
movie.
go.
Is that the whole review?
Fucking movie.
There you go.
I
It was a
watched-
great movie. It was a great movie. I liked it.
I finally got to watch A Star Is Born.
You were crying. He was
I haven't
behind.
seen it
I
yet.
was watching Creed,
was
and he was
sobbing.
sitting behind me. I turned around, and he got
Sobbing.
tears in his
You were
eyes.
sobbing?
Sobbing
Yes.
on the plane.
Yeah.
She came by. She goes, "You want something to drink?" I said, "I can't even."
Yeah. He was actually sobbing as we were landing. I thought it was because
You
of the
are such a
landing.
girl. You are
I
such a
haven't seen it
fireman.
yet. I
You
only-
are such a
we haven't
fireman.
watched it, so-
Excellent movie.
I watched
It's
Creed.
great. That Lady
Oh,
Gaga.
fantastic.
Super ta-
But
and that other one, Bradley Cooper.
not sure.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't see it. I heard it
Does
was
that guy
great.
have any more gifts? Pisses me off.
I know.
He's got to be handsome, funny, and he can sing. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Believe it or not, I got.
Yeah, but you know what?
I get to
He's
walk
never
through-
been on this show.
That's right.
I never will.
That's
Never
right.
will. And we got people like this to fill in.
That's right,
Darren
so-
Dillon.
I'll have to check that out, though. That's good.
Things we did. So you don't want to review the movie?
So how was your,
I can review
tell us
the
about
movie.
your-
I can
your
review
Easter.
it.
What'd you do?
We stayed home.
Okay.
We used to go up to Pennsylvania. After my mom passed away, we alternated because we always were in Queens. My mom would hide all the eggs. My mom loved all that stuff. She was the best. So we would go up to Pennsylvania and my sisters, and then we'd come down. But my sister said, you know what? Sunday, you driving up here, we coming down here. Let's skip Easter and do a picnic in the summer as another time we get together.
That's
so we
great.
And
get
you
together.
celebrated Easter through Skype, right, or FaceTime?
Yes, yes.
That's great.
Um,
The weather was
so-
crappy anyway. Driving in that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, was the weather crappy?
Yeah, it was
throughout the day?
raining.
Yeah, it was shitty,
It was
yeah.
not good.
We watched the Met game. I think it was the Mets on. My dad was over. My dad was over by me.
Well, that was shitty and crappy too. The Mets.
I didn't even realize they played last night. They won last
They
night.
won. That was
Yeah,
a
it
good
starts till
game.
9 o'clock at night.
That was a
Are you a
good
Met
game.
fan?
No.
We're
That
going
was
to
a
the
good
Met
game.
game
Next Wednesday.
next Wednesday with Les Deegan and who's going? Santo?
I was sure if Santa will have his full
It's a
uniform
great
on.
stadium, though.
Santa will have his
I'm a
uniform
huge
as well.
Yankee fan. Citi
Can't be
Field
next
is better.
Wednesday.
Yeah, you like
So
City Field better? Yeah,
fan-friendly,
yeah.
It's great.
This
It
Wednesday
really
is the show.
Oh, that's right.
Tomorrow.
I haven't been to New Yankee
We
Stadium.
got a show tomorrow.
I was trying to see if I could confuse you.
It's very pristine.
What, City Field?
No,
Yankee
Yankee
Stadium.
Stadium.
Yeah, I hear it's
But
not the best.
It's
I
not
think-
fan friendly.
I think City Field.
See, I don't
I'm
like-
a Yankee fan, but I think City
too.
Field is just
better.
a nicer stadium.
Better
Yeah,
experience.
but the thing about
I
City
agree.
Field is it is a nice stadium. I haven't been to the new Yankee Stadium yet.
Me neither have I.
But I remember with Shea, it was more, I don't know, there was something more electric
Shea was
about
a urinal.
It was, but to
But it was
me,
your stadium.
It was my,
That's what it
it was
was.
something, it was, when that place rocked, it rocked. It seems like when big things are happening, everybody's at the concession stand now.
Well, all the
They have so much
stadiums.
great food. That
Yeah,
the whole,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what do you call it? Well, the what do you call
Concession?
that? No, not the concession. It's like a veranda.
food court.
The food court.
Yeah.
Like you can see the game. It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is a great
It's
experience.
a
They
different.
have that
it's a
beer
different
garden
feeling.
at
So nice. And they got
the City
kids
Field.
for
They have the beer
little
garden.
field for the kids to play wiffle ball.
Yes.
It's
And-
really
You know what? Do you want
kid-friendly.
And they have the M&M section at City Field.
That was
$150 and all you can eat and drink.
Yeah, but did you go with us?
No,
that
you
day?
guys don't invite me.
You're a Yankee fan.
So what? That doesn't mean I don't like a day
We
at the
invite
ballpark.
Yankee fan. I still go to City Field.
invite-
I don't
you.
think you did.
We invited you. You're supposed
do.
to come. You lie. You were supposed to come to the M&M game.
That's right.
No, I don't believe.
It was because it was
I'm hoping we
it was
forgot.
$140. You didn't want to pay the $100.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was- You know, but we paid what 100? Was it
140. I thought it was a great
Tickets
experience.
and all you can eat and drink.
But it was only
Yeah.
hamburgers, hot
Yeah.
dogs.
So what is
beer.
the
rat
But the
dance.
drinks,
It's a good
you
deal.
can drink all the beer.
It's
Where are
a
the seats
ball
in
game.
there?
We're- we're
There was
I know.
stand up in the outfield, stand up, and then it has
We had
seats,
fun.
and it has the
Great.
seats that you
Batting
walk
practice.
I know
around.
exactly where they are.
Yeah, and
I
then
sat out
batting
there.
practice, the balls come. You know, it's good.
Manny caught how
I'm
many
actually
balls?
I'm going to the Yankee Met game on July.
And you can watch John Santo. He comes in full uniform
he's
with the
in
glove and everything on.
$140 is really a good deal.
Yeah, we had a ball because we all got to hang out with
Is that
each other.
parking too?
No.
No,
What is that? Another
uh,
$25, 165.
We still had a good time. You can't knock that. We had a good
we
time.
had a ball. We had a ball.
It's a shame
Listen,
that they, I
you're
wish
gonna-
that I'm a Yankee fan. I wish the Mets were better. I do.
Yeah.
Feel
Well,
bad for
they
the
might
Mets.
have a good year this year.
They have a good team.
They have a
Like,
decent team.
I just think the coach sucks. I don't like
Starts
Callaway.
with ownership.
I don't like
Starts
Callaway. Yeah,
with
it starts with
ownership.
ownership. I think Callaway doesn't know how to handle his team. They got a better team.
You know who you would love? Wally Backman. I know you'd love.
I
Wally
would like
Backman.
Wally
I heard an
Backman.
interview with him yesterday.
I like
you know where
Wally
he's coaching
Backman.
this year? He's coaching the Ducks.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth. I like Willie Randolph better than this guy.
Yeah, me too.
How can you not like Willie Randolph?
Yeah.
right.
And he got a raw deal as a Mets manager too.
Laughter,
Anyone who manages the Mets.
Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. Very, very proud to say this week sent out checks to the FDNY Foundation with the show we did that you guys weren't on it this year at Gotham. Who's on it? Consoli,
Leva,
Aliva,
Jamie Gravy.
yeah, we sent the check. I don't really like to say amounts. $2,000. I'll say $2,000 for money raised
Right,
and
that's nice.
and Laughter Saves Lives doing an additional few bucks to round it off. That money's going to be used to support 4 different charities. So the Fired Up for a Cure is not a charity. The organization we work with is an organization. They raise money for the Ray Pfeiffer Foundation, FDNY Family Transport that takes the guys back and forth to hospitals, the American Lung, and there's another one. I'm sorry, I can't think of. So that was nice. We also sent a check from our shows in Florida to the Vero Beach Volunteer Fire Department.
Nice.
And to the
Semper Fi Fund, yeah.
We sent a check to the Semper Fi
nice.
Fund. So very, very proud that we were able to do that. We also set up a nice trip. I think we're going to make a lot more money the next time we go out. We're going to have a lot more support. The radio station loved us out there, so it was all good.
Yeah, we had fun.
Where are
with
you
that.
performing, Darren?
I'm doing a firehouse. Pretty soon. I think next weekend I'm doing a firehouse in
Yeah.
Huntington. Somewhere.
Huntington? For who? Who's producing the show? Morgan or?
It's pretty yours.
No, it can't be mine.
Yeah, I think you had to back out of it, and that's the reason why I hopped in there.
Oh, you're doing it instead of for One Arm Keith.
Yes.
For
Wait a
Comedy
minute, he's got
Club.
one arm?
Shoot, that's not the way you should describe him.
Richards.
Comedy Inc. No, not Comedy Inc.
No,
I had no idea the guy had
Comedy
one
to
arm.
Go. Comedy to Go.
Is that it?
Yes, because he called me and he asked me about you.
Nice guy, real nice guy.
No, I did back out because
Les,
I'm doing.
Les Deegan's going to be on it, I believe.
I'm
and
doing
who else?
Sayville.
I
I'm
should
doing
really know.
Sayville, and I said I was gonna. They've seen me at Sayville, but we're doing it with a football team this year. So I said I'm going to do Sayville.
And
plus,
Frankie's going to be on it with you.
No, I may not. I'm filming. I got a part in a movie, so I'm filming that day. If I may not be able to
Very
get
nice.
out
What
there.
movie?
All right, man.
It's an independent film. It's
I'm around.
called Her Name Is Shada.
Yeah.
It's
You're not
very-
taking your
it's a
pants
short.
off, are you?
No, it's I'm working with a.
I fell for that.
I'm working with a 12-year-old girl. I'm not taking.
So
definitely don't
I
want to
wanted to
take
give
your
a
pants
quick
off.
plug. We're going
Let me
up
give you
the
one, and May, I promised Mike.
Go.
Dylan, May 17th, Fulton's Gate, Patchogue, 125 Main Street. It's gonna be a
Pachogi?
good show.
Out in
Christy,
Pachogi?
Yeah, Pachogue.
Christy, the show that follows us, Christy, Ardito. I'm going to screw up her name.
Ardito.
Check her out on YouTube.
Ardito.
She did some singing.
That's not a hard name to pronounce.
Ardito. She did some singing on YouTube. Very
Yes,
beautiful
beautiful
girl.
voice.
Very great voice. Check it
Beautiful
out.
voice, yeah.
Good night, everybody. We're going to the Massapequa Medina. Take care.
Thank you.
See you next
Have a
week.
Good night.
We're
And
going
you give kudos to the show after.
Yes.
Oh, hey!
Take a picture of my phone.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stems. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball. Play ball. Take off the caps. Time for the song.